Welcome back to the Nintendo PowerZone unboxing videos. Guys, Black Friday was just this past Friday, and there was some cool shit at Gamestop. We just gave you the NES Classic unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. In that video, I showed off this Pixel Pal. This is made by PDP. You know, they make all those crazy controllers and all these fun accessories. They've got a line of amiibo accessories. But now they're bringing us these Pixel Pals. The Pixel Pals are little lights that go in wherever you feel like putting them. These will definitely find a place on my computer desk so that when I'm recording an episode of the Nintendo PowerZone, I can have Mario shining on me. You already know, giving me that shine. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box though. It's a very small box. When I initially saw these, I thought they'd be a little bit bigger. But what are you gonna do? Still a cool box. Obviously, let's take a look real close. Right here you have your Super Mario Bros. 3 logo, indicating that the style of Mario is from that game, a very great game. Right down here you have your Mario. Then you have right here your first edition sticker that indicates, hey, first come gets the nice little sticker on the box. Your Nintendo seal of approval. This is for ages 14 plus. Your PDP logo. Go ahead and give a turn to the side. You have your Pixel Pals logo again, the Super Mario 3 logo. You have a word bubble of Mario saying, I light up. Then you have an indication of what things are going to look like when it's on versus off. So right here off, right there on, looking cool. And here is your, back to your box. Pixel Pal logo, all that Mario number 1. Collect them all. There's 3 in the set, so there was Mario, Mega Man, and Vault Boy from Fallout. Very cool, all done in this 8-bit pixelated style. And I'm going to go ahead and read this blurb real quick, okay guys? As one of the true titans of the gaming industry, Mario continues to stand tall as a global icon. First introduced as Jumpman in the original arcade version of Donkey Kong, Mario has dabbled in everything from kart racing to golf championships. Despite the busy schedule he and his younger and taller twin Luigi keep, Mario remains good-natured and outgoing. You have the same blurb in French, most likely. This does require 2 AA batteries. I'm sorry, AAA batteries. Which, we'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to the, score time. The other side of the box, you still get this really nice view of Mario. And back to the front of the box. This is a really cool package. I definitely want to keep this box. It just looks really good. And if I ever want to put this thing back in the box, I absolutely can. So guys, I want to go ahead and get this thing unboxed so that we can go ahead and get a closer look at this thing. So don't go anywhere, we're going to be right back. Alright guys, we're back. And there it is. Mario Pixel Pal outside of the box. And outside of the box it looks really, really clean. I like the jumping pose they picked. It's so classic to see Mario just, jumping, ready to touch that coin block or stomp a Goomba. Love it, love it, love it. They did a really good job just getting that design on point. Let's go ahead and get a little closer look. You can see all the pixels, and they're all textured, and they're cut into the design, so it's all molded this way. Let's go ahead and turn it sideways. Alright, there's not a lot going on design-wise outside of the front. So, black sides, black on the back, but you have a few things here on the back. You've got your on-off switch right here. You've got your Pixel Pals embossed into the battery pack. And you have your sticker with the PDP logo, all that good. Over to the side, and back to the front. Nothing on the top or bottom either, except for this steel peg that is literally just there so that the Pixel Pal can be balanced. It looks really good. Mind you, this does suffer from the same issue that the Jack Pacific 8-bit Mario suffers from, whereas once you start turning this thing around, trying to look at it from different angles, there's nothing there. Very plain. Kind of wish they had gone a little bit more all out. Maybe not doing something on, the sides, but definitely doing something on the back. But it is what it is. I still think this is a really great design. Now, as far as functionality, let's go ahead and let's get this thing turned on right quick. Alright, so there you have it, all lit up. It's actually pretty bright for as small as it is. I know this is not the best lighting to be displaying lights on, but it's only 8 o'clock in the morning, my time. So you gotta forgive me, the sun's out, and it's a beautiful day in Florida. What are you gonna do? But you can see that this thing's actually got some brightness to it. Now, the downside is, this thing requires 2 AAA batteries. So guys, I recently purchased the PowerZone question block, and that's also a light, and it does also have the sound effects. We did the video on it. It's very cool. That thing can either take batteries or it can be plugged into a wall outlet, so you can go ahead and see. You don't need the batteries. It's nice to have the batteries as an option, but I would definitely always prefer to plug a thing like this thing, just because I don't want to be worrying about battery life. I have no idea what the battery life on this thing is, and I really don't want to have to try to find out. Batteries suck when it comes to, you know, putting them in electronics. I hate it. I hate buying batteries. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I could probably go rechargeable, but still not the optimum way that I want to have electronics like this. It is super cool though, and it does look so neat to see Mario all lit up. Guys, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and cut one more time. We're gonna bring out comparison time, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit up score time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Alright guys, and we are back, and this is another really special comparison time for me. What we have here is an array of things we can compare this to. It's not often that I get to compare this many things to a specific product, so whenever I can, I truly enjoy it. So let's start with the items in the back. So on the back, we have the Pac-Man Ghost and the question block. Both of these items are from PowerZone. The Pac-Man Ghost is a particularly special item. It is so cool. It has a multitude of functions. It obviously can cycle through the colors. See, right now it's going in purple. Soon it'll go probably to, well, there it goes to red. And it also has a party strobe function, so whenever you have some music playing, it'll cycle through the colors really fast, matching the beat. Very cool little thing. And then we have the PowerZone question block, which is super cool. It has the sound effects when you press down on it, and it also lights up. And it's a pretty bright light. We went ahead and covered this. For what it is, it's pretty bright. Not the brightest light, but it's definitely cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at that functionality right quick. Sound effects, lights up. Very, very cool. Now, both of these things were made by PowerZone, and they both have the option for batteries or to be directly plugged into a wall via a micro USB. This is the optimum way to have these kind of lights, in my opinion. This is where the PDP Pixel Pal really falls short. Another thing I want to make note of is the size. The Pac-Man Ghost and the question block light are much larger, and I like the scale that they have for these things. PowerZone has a great scaling. If you watch the comparison video, if you watch the question block video, you saw that when I had the question block, I had the 20-inch Jack-specific Mario side by side with this thing, and it was in scale with that figure, and I was absolutely in love with that. This PDP Mario is great. It looks great. It really stands out among the 3 lights, but it's so tiny. You guys know me. Bigger is better, in my opinion. I've always liked it when the collectibles I get are larger, because they're more fun to display when they're larger. That being said, it really does look good among those other lights. It's definitely going to add some more character to my game room, so I cannot wait to display this. I'm definitely going to showcase this in an episode of the Nintendo PowerZone. You guys know how I like to have my little collectibles on the table when I do an episode. But it's very cool. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move on to the items that we have in front. So, in front of the 16-bit Pixel Pal, we have the 8-bit 30th anniversary Mario Amiibo. And beside that, we have the World of Nintendo 8-bit Mario figure. This retro style is truly making a comeback. And it is so fitting to see a 16-bit variant of Mario. He looks phenomenal standing next to the 8-bit counterpart. Let's go ahead and get a little bit deeper. I've said this before when we reviewed the Jakks Pacific Mario, but the 8-bit Amiibo, it truly goes above and beyond to truly encapsulate that 8-bit styling all the way around. Like, this is what it would be like if you saw the Pixel version of Mario. If they had made Mario into the Pixels movie, he would have looked like this. The Jakks Pacific figure and the PDP Pit figure, like I said, they suffer from a very similar flaw. When you start to turn them, they start to lose detail. Now, the Jakks Pacific figure actually carries more detail. It still has some coloration when you look at it from a side angle, but when you turn both of these bad boys back, plain, just plain. Now, I feel like with the Pixel Pal, this stands out a little bit more, just because I felt like they could have just gone a little bit further and just done the design in whatever clear LED plastic that they had to achieve that design in the front. It's not a game breaker for me. It truly isn't. I think it hurts the Jakks Pacific figure more because the Jakks Pacific figure just stands there looking pretty, whereas this has a little bit of functionality to it, so I think this has the leg up, but it's only marginal. It's still a very cool side by side in my opinion. I definitely like the way they look standing side by side. Well guys, let's go ahead and move on to the screen time. So now that I've showed you all the cool things that we can compare this thing to, let's take a look at this thing on its own. This thing is very cool. It looks great. You see it and you instantly get that Super Mario Bros. 3 vibe. One of the best games in that franchise. It's so awesome. It looks perfect, but only from the front. When you compare it to like the PowerZone question block, where that thing, you turn that thing around 360 degrees, it looks like the question block all the way around. You start turning the Pixel Pal, you lose all that detail. It's kind of right. When it comes to its overall design, I give it an 8. It just doesn't do enough to get it a perfect 10. It looks great from the front and only from the front. As far as functionality, the light is actually pretty good. It's very bright. It truly stands out among the Pac-Man and the question block. But what it lacks is no micro USB. No way to plug this into a wall whatsoever. This thing requires 2 AAA batteries. I don't know the battery life, and that bums me out. I don't want to have to use batteries in something like this. I want to plug it into the wall or plug it into the computer through the USB port and just let it be lit without having to worry about, the batteries dying. This is something I'm going to have to turn off continuously, and I just don't like that. I want to keep it lit. At least with the PowerZone, I can have a lot of fun with this, pressing the button and making it turn off and then turning it back on. With the Pac-Man, I have the option of, super strobing it, slowing the strobe down, party mode, turning it off if I so choose. I have a lot more options, and it truly bums me out that I'm not going to have that option on the 16-bit Pixel Pal. That being said, I still like the fact that it is a pretty bright light. So I'm going to have to give this functionality a 6. It really needed just some kind of wall plugin to truly make this thing stand out and put it on the same platform as the PowerZone product. So, like I said, you got a 10, you got an 8, and you got a 6. So I'm going to give this thing a flat out 7. I still think it is a good purchase, especially at the retail price point. The PowerZone block was $35. The Pac-Man strobe light was $40 when I initially purchased it. It's a little bit cheaper now. And the Pixel Pal is an exclusive to GameStop, and it retails at $14.99. It's a really good price. So price-wise, you're getting a pretty good bang for your buck. So I think it definitely has a place on any collector's shelf or in their bedroom, in their game room. It has a place. So I'm going to recommend this thing. Still getting a 7. Not bad. We reviewed things much lower here on the Nintendo PowerZone unboxing video. Guys, that's going to be it for this episode. But before I let you go, let me hit you up with these social media. You can hit me up on Twitter at 91983. You can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/91983gamecollecting. Check us out here on YouTube, youtube.com/TheArticle, And if you're a fan of the Nintendo PowerZone podcast, you can find new episodes on iTunes, Google Play Music, and Stitcher Radio. And if you want to watch the video versions of the podcast, you can watch them live here on YouTube. Me, Mario After Party, do the show live now. Awesome, guys. It's a great way to enjoy the show, and it's a great way to interact with it, because we do have the chat box when we do the live stream. So if you guys have any questions or anything you want to ask us while we record the live show, do it. We can answer you. We're live. It's super epic. That's gonna be it, guys. Stay fresh. Watch out for amiibo hunters on the prowl. Deuces.